verse of the day. My name is Brandon Hathaway, and I'm the preacher here at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. Thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Always appreciate that. And today is Sunday, and I want to take the time aside to invite you to come and join us for worship this morning. We gather together to study the Word of God. We have Bible class that starts at 9:30 a.m. this morning, and we have our worship service that starts at 10:30 a.m. We also have an evening service that will be at 5 p.m. And we invite you, if you're able to come to a mall, to be part of a mall, or if you're only able to make it for one of the services, then we invite you to make it when you can. So doors always open to come and to worship and be with us as the saints gather together. We are in Isaiah chapter 36. Isaiah 36. I'm going to look at verses 16 through 13. Isaiah 36. 13 through 16. It says, Then the Rabshakeh stood and called out with a loud voice in Hebrew and said, Hear the words of the great king, the king of Assyria. Thus says the king, Do not let Hezekiah deceive you, for he will not be able to deliver you, nor let Hezekiah make you trust in the Lord, saying, The Lord will surely deliver us. The city you trust in. Nor let Hezekiah make you trust in the Lord, saying, The Lord will surely deliver us. This city will not be given into the hand of the king of Assyria. Do not listen to Hezekiah, for thus says the king of Assyria, Make peace with me by the present, and come out to me, and every one of you eat from his own vine, and every one from his own fig tree, and every one of you drink the water of his own cistern. And so here's they're coming up. Of course, Hezekiah, the people of God, they're breaking off from Assyria, and so Assyria is coming against them, and the king's sending out a lead man to try to keep them from having to go to war and kill them all, but keep them back on their side, get them back on their side. And submit, right? And so, and doing so, you have the men on the wall, and they're guarding. And as they're guarding, he comes in and he goes, All right, I'm going to speak in your own language. And so he starts speaking in their own language, and he's trying to tempt the men to allow them to basically just enter in, to go and take the city captive, to go and kill their king, to give in and to submit to the king of Assyria. And so he tells them, don't trust your king. Don't trust him. Don't let him deceive you, making it sound like God's going to save you. And if you read further down in the chapter, he even goes into the point, what God has saved these other cities. Well, their gods, their lords didn't do anything. And so why would your God make any difference? But even further than that, he tries to bribe them, right? He tries to tell them, Make peace with me by the present, and come to me, and every one of you will eat from his own vine and from his own fig tree. You know, the king's ready to pay you. The king is ready to reward you for submitting to the king of Assyria, the true king. And so he tries to deceive them. And so we have to be ready ourselves, because as this one, he tries to sow false hope. He tries to sow deception and give them a mindset that our God can't deliver us, that he won't deliver us. And that's the world. The world is going to try to make it seem like there's better things in the world for us today than what God has to give to us. And that there's other ways besides God's way in which we can be saved. And that's what is being done here. They're trying to deceive the men, try to get them to fall. And if they fall, then the rest of the place will fall. We can't give in. We have to be on watch. We have to be on guard. And that's what, and sometimes as you read this story, another point would be this chapter. Another point would be sometimes we have to keep our mouth shut. Just don't give in to foolish debating, right? There's times in which debate will get us somewhere, and we might have the opportunity to help persuade somebody. But here, the men on guard were commanded to keep their mouth shut, to not say anything in reply, that they were to be silent, and they did. because it would have done no good. You'd give him further ammo to build on, to continue to try to persuade you to give in. So, good chapter. Hope you read the whole chapter. I thank you for joining me today. Again, we invite you to come be with us 9:30 for Bible class, 10:30 for worship. And I hope you have a blessed day, and if the Lord is willing, I will